A lesser known side effect of depression is irrational fear or anxiety. Depression and anxiety are often diagnosed to the same patients. Not everyone with anxiety has depression, nor depression anxiety, but they often go hand in hand. And regardless of whether you have anxiety or not, depression tends to come with fear. In my personal journey, fear has racked me so hard. Depression is something I knew I always had, but hadn't really been diagnosed with it until the start of this year. It was early January. I was committed to a short-term facility. They studied me and diagnosed me. They took care of me. Good people. I liked them. It was really fun. It was like a little vacation. I was terrified when I first got there. I was scared. You hear the horror stories all the time of what they do to people, and I am grateful that I got a good one. But they really gave me the help I need, and I left with a diagnosis. Now, that discharge day would be the same day that my life kind of got turned, because my partner of very long years had left before I got home. I was discharged, and I remember on the ride back, because I wasn't driven there. I was taken. It was in a cruiser, because I was taken from my home in an ambulance because my mother had called 911. I won't really get into why, but I remember that long ride there, and my granddad had come to pick me up on my discharge day. And I remember asking him what had happened, and he said that she had left before I got back. We had taken her in early December, late November, trying to get her out of a bad housing situation herself. She wasn't doing too well. We were trying to get her out of there, and so we let her move in with us. I said I wanted to try it again, to try to make things work, because she actually left this time. I had stepped away for a few months prior because I just needed time to kind of figure out who I was and what I wanted, and she was outraged at that, which should have been my sign, and it wasn't. Yet I say all of that to kind of detail what I've been through at this point in my life, at that moment. Everything kind of came to a head, and I remember opening my socials, and I remember texting the woman I'm with now, actually. That happened very quickly. But I remember texting her and being like, "Oh my God, everything is so different now." It was weird. It was very weird. I felt relieved and scared at the same time, and that fear hasn't left me yet, because it's always been something. I've been scared ever since I got back. And here lately I'm realizing that that is because of my depression. I have been so locked down by my depression that I'm unable to really take steps to get what I want because I'm too preoccupied trying to keep myself happy, and it takes all my energy just to do that. I don't have the energy to do what I need to do after I've taken care of myself anymore. Especially trying to file applications. My God, that is a nightmare. Ugh. I've been out of a job for months now. Well, no, it's been about a month, actually. Doesn't matter. But it certainly doesn't help my fears at all. Fears of, once again, failure. I'm realizing now that I often do these sorts of talks when I am scared, in an attempt to reason with myself, to convince myself that everything is okay. It doesn't usually work. It does, sometimes. It helps sort things, make them make sense, but then I just understand my fear, and now I am unable to face it because, again, I am just too busy trying to keep myself happy that I don't have the energy to do what I need to do to take care of the things that are scaring me. And then when I fail to do that, the cycle begins again. It's a cruel, cruel cycle. At this point, I'm not really sure what to do, other than press on, I guess. Just one more thing to think about, I guess. One more little thing to stress about. Trying to stay happy in this world is just so impossible. But I can't stop. I have dreams to achieve. And so I press on, and so should you, dear listener. To whoever is listening to this right now, don't stop. Do not give up. You must press on. Success is sweeter in the face of defeat. And you will feel so good getting that thing you fought for so long, if it's hard. It's gonna be hard. Keep going. I will drag all of us through this.